Hey everyone, welcome to episode 13. I'm NetherCloud, and whether you think 13 is lucky or unlucky, I'm very excited to be here recording, because as some of you may know, I've been going through a lot this last year with my health. I've been in and out of surgeries, and the most recent surgery really did do a number on me, take all of my energy, so I've been doing a lot of sleeping and just recovering. But I am finally getting my energy back, so we're going to be doing some recording, we're going to be doing some streaming, all of the good stuff. And I wanted to thank all of you guys right here at the beginning of the video, because the love and support from the community is really what's gotten me through this rough time. It's been the hardest in my life, and I owe it to all of you for making it so much easier than it could have been. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate all of you, and I couldn't have done it without you. Now, let's move on from being sappy, even though it's one of my favorite things to do, and talk about what we got going on here. This is a Gnembaum design for a gold farm. The other gold farm that we had, I wound up tearing down. It was kind of right in the same area, and I wanted it to be close by because just off in the distance in one of these directions is our Hoglin farm, and I wanted to give this a similar tower treatment and then kind of connect it all together into like a large nether city. Eventually. This is long term. We still have other huge projects that take priority before we get into that. I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I did. So stick that in the back of your brain or forget it. Either way, we'll get to it eventually. The issue with the old gold farm that we were using is that my computer just couldn't handle long AFK sessions at it. It was counting the kills as player kills and generating a lot of experience. And I think I missed a piece because I didn't have any wither roses at the time. So essentially, it would lag so bad that I couldn't render that area without my frames dropping to like 1 every couple of seconds. You know that's no fun. So I decided to go with this design, and Gnembaum does have a version of this where you use the looting sword, but I decided to opt for just making the fall damage part because it's quick enough for my needs, allows me to do a proper AFK session, and then I just make sure that we get enough backfill. Now, this part of the system is going to stay. I apologize for the noise. Let me actually turn it off. Bloop. And this is... There's another clock down there. That's what that clicking is. This is very similar to the Guardian farm, where we're condensing everything down to a single block and using a slime block to push it along, because we can't use water in the nether. It just disappears when you put it down. So we're using slime blocks and a little alignment trick with the chest down here to make sure that it goes on the ice and the hoppers. Now this sorting system, like everyone that we use... Ooh, I missed a piece. I must have broke some. I'll fix that. I got to do some adjustments here, so I'll fix that. This is the ImpulseSV sorting system that we use in like every project we do. And I'll put the link in the description as always, because Impulse really like this was an amazing revelation and is pretty much used by every Minecrafter out there. So the man deserves all the credit in the world. We got lava over here to take care of the items we don't want, because these are actually all for nuggets. The idea being that we don't want any of the rotten flesh, and if we do happen to get some random armor or sword drops or whatever, it really isn't going to make a difference, so whoop, in the lava they go. And I would love to take the time to explain all of this crazy, ridiculous, over-engineered redstone that's going on down here, but it's getting ripped out. It's all getting ripped out. As soon as we finish recording this clip, the next section of this video, you're going to see me with a completely different system down here. Much simpler, much more compact, slightly more manual. You know, we have to accept our limitations and the limitations of the game, and sometimes chopping a chest with an axe is way better than setting up this mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip a bunch of this out, extend out this system so that we have, I want to go with 12 sorters. Obviously the first 3 or 4 are pretty much going to pick up everything up until they fill up. But I want to have a whole bunch of these so that we have tons of backup. And then we can move on to the next stage after we've done this. I mean, I've ripped this out so many times and reinstalled it. I mean, it's some fun redstone. Definitely learned a lot and, you know, had a good time building it, but it's just not what we need. So I'm going to stop rambling. You guys know that's my thing. And I'm going to put in a better ingot conversion sorting system thingamabobber and be right back. Well, I may have gotten carried away, and in addition to upgrading and changing the ingot conversion station, I went ahead and built the entire Piglin Bartering system as well. And I want to just do a quick rundown so that everybody gets credit for the pieces that they deserve credit for. As I said earlier, this is a Gnembaum design up on the gold farm. And all of these people will be linked in the description to their channel. And if it is particularly specific to the video, I'll link to the video as well. This is exactly how Gnembaum did it. We use fall damage to kill. This little piston system with the slime blocks, I'm not sure where I first saw it. I know everybody uses it in the Nether. I know the condensing chamber I first saw when Impulse did his Guardian farm, which is what inspired me to build that chamber that we built in our Guardian farm. And then moving down to the ingot conversion section, we're using something influenced by Mumbo Jumbo from his Season 7 gold farm, where he just switched to a system of chests that you chop with an axe, and then you just craft and throw it into a collection system, which we did. And let me fly up there and kind of show you guys what we got going on with that. Basically, you go around into here, and these chests will be filled with nuggets. You chop them with your chest, and then you click on the crafter and just hold Q after you've shift clicked on the ingot, and everything slides across the ice into this collection system. This hopper minecart array that I have set up was very much inspired by one that I saw Gnembaum do in the gold farm video, so you'll see that in there as well. And anywhere where we're sorting stuff out, like we have these 12 slices up here and we have all these slices back here, these sorting systems are all the ImpulseSV design that we were talking about earlier. The Piglin Bartering farm, as we get down here, is actually a logical Geek Boy design. You guys know I've mentioned him many times. We're using his witch farm as well as several other farms that he designed. This bit right here I just kind of threw together. It's a hopper minecart system designed to evenly distribute to these columns. I had a third minecart on there, but apparently when you have more than one minecart and you go in and out of render, it screws up. So I'm going to be taking one of those off. We only really need one. I just thought maybe we could fit 2 or 3 on there to speed up the process. But since things don't evenly distribute into these chests after you convert them to ingots, we use this system to evenly split them into these 3 columns, which go into these 3 chests here, and link up to the 3 inputs for Logical Geek Boy's bartering farm. You should definitely check out all the guys who I mentioned in this video. They have some really great stuff on their channels. I've learned a lot from watching all of them. And I did make a small upgrade down here. This system, instead of just using the columns of chests like Logical Geek Boy uses in his tutorial, we retrofitted the bulk storage system that I did a tutorial video on a couple of videos back. And in this system, we're using Borkon's shulker box loader. So a lot of links in the description today because we're doing a lot of technical stuff, and I always take a lot from the community when I'm doing technical stuff. And basically what we have here is a system very much like the one over at the Guardian farm, where you can grab individual blocks down here on this bottom row, and then shulkers will be loaded into all of these chests. I still have to load shulkers into the system. Can you guys guess that I'm very excited that shulkers are now renewable in 1.17? We haven't quite updated the world yet, but I'm definitely going to be doing that either between clips or between episodes, because I definitely want to get a shulker box farm going very soon. We have several of these systems we need to feed shulker boxes into now, so it's time to get that done. Now you're probably wondering, Nether, you've spent pretty much half the episode on the roof working on this gold farm. What are we doing next? And we're going to stay in the Nether, but we're going to get off the roof. The reason I wanted to get this whole system up and running is that there's at least 3 or 4 blocks in here that we're going to be using in our Nether hub build. I want to be using a lot of blackstone, crying obsidian, there's going to be some quartz in there, and I just figured that we need a good system for getting all of that stuff because it's a huge project and I'm not going to go and harvest this all manually. We do have a good chunk of backstock of it because of all of the digging we did in here, so we're going to be able to get plenty of nether bricks and we'll have a good start on the blackstone, but you can never get too much of these resources when you're building on this scale. So that's why that's been the main focus and why it's been such a big part of this episode, because it's going to allow us to get some work done down here. So I'm going to jump into a time lapse now, but before I do, I just wanted to let you guys know what we're doing here. I'm not trying to make full progress on the walls, but what I am trying to do is patch the holes. This glass did help a lot with mobs spawning outside, not aggroing, but it did take a little bit of a beating from the mobs inside, which I expected. So now we're going to go into the repair phase for that. And while we're repairing the glass, I want to give a little bit of shape. Some of these have some like awkward corners and stuff, so we're going to maybe break up and shape a little bit and start working on the edging. Maybe even put in the blocks that we're going to be using to edge the windows with. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to be edging those in different bits of black stone. So we're going to get working on that. We're also going to replace the glass down here with orange glass so that we can see the lava through the wall. And again, get a little edging on that. We've got this nether rack here that's probably going to get cut out and replaced with lava if it's got like a little like outcropping there. Whatever we need to do to like make this look nice and clean to get a good start going. And then if I have enough, if I have enough time, I'm going to fix all these little holes in the walls. Because once those fires get put out, those are potential spawn points. And we want to make sure that it's safe in here. And so let's roll that time lapse. I did not expect to be doing the hole on the center of the nether roof during this phase of the project, but I had to go back and forth to the Piglin Bartering farm a couple of times, and I went and grabbed a few pork chops from the Hoglin farm. And coming up and down through that tiny hole, I don't even know where it is. I think it's over that way somewhere. But anyway, it was just getting tedious. So this was always going to happen. And since it is much, much later than the previous speaking clip, I'm talking, it was actually a couple of months ago. I didn't mean to take so long, but that energy level I was talking about in the beginning of the video, it kind of decided it likes to come and go as it pleases. So when I've had the energy, I've jumped on and done work, and even just with that little bit, I feel like we've made some great progress and really kind of defined where we're going to start. The walls are going to be the next project. And the walls down here below lava level are straight blackstone for a reason. I do love blackstone as a building block, and I'm sure we could put some deep slate in here once we upgrade to 118 and, you know, get a whole bunch of different like color gradients and everything going. But I wanted it to be all black below lava level for a very specific reason. And I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to keep it a secret. You'll see when we get there. It's going to be coming up soon, maybe in the next video or the one thereafter. We're definitely going to be doing progress each episode over here at the Nether Hub, because I'm really feeling this project and I want to get it done. It's going to take quite a while, but where we are now feels good because we're actually safe from spawns. Other than the beacon and maybe the top of this portal, there's no like whole blocks that could theoretically spawn things. And I think we've got our light levels where nothing can actually spawn here. So we're relatively safe. Back in the overworld, I have been doing a few little things. Nothing major, no big structures or anything. But I've been playing with the coarse dirt and gravel, and I started to toy with some market stall style designs. I think I like this one with the carpets. There is invisible string underneath holding up the ones that don't have anything under it. I'm not sure. I'm planning on doing some that are kind of at an angle, so I might have to get creative with the full wool blocks. I feel like I'm going to be wishing for wool half slabs by the end of the market over here. But I've been paying attention to the way people have been building market stalls, just so that I could figure some of this stuff out. We'll get some cool stuff in here for sure. And that's really all I've been up to. I kind of want to work on solidifying how we're going to be doing our paths. I feel like the main parts of the city that are busier are going to be more gravel and andesite and, you know, cobble and stuff like that. Kind of more like that, like more substantial road. And where they go off, I'm torn because I've seen a lot of people using coarse dirt instead of path blocks, and I think I'm on board. I'm a convert, guys. I have converted. I like the coarse dirt, I think, better than the path blocks. So most of where there is path block is eventually going to become coarse dirt. We might use some path blocks for some very specific areas and stuff, but again, we still have big plans. Most of this last forever has been spent in the Nether. I just try to get over here every once in a while and do little things. My heart is in the Nether, as well as the Nether is in my name. So, yeah, I'm very, very interested in getting the hub up and working, and I want to get on to some other large-scale projects. Like, I want to get that one finished and get on to another big project. And we'll decide which one once we get closer to the end. But yeah, guys, we're going to call it here for an episode. Looking off into my vast field of torch spam, which I can't wait to update this world to 118 so that we can get past the torch spam being this dense. We'll get down to the new light level restrictions. It'll be awesome. And I still love that windmill. I do. That's one of my favorite things that I've built in this world. I feel like my builder came out with that one. And I want to start doing some more of that. We need a bunch of houses and farms and all sorts of stuff over here. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Again, thank you for everything, and I hope to see you guys soon. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so. It helps out the channel a lot, and I appreciate it when you do. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would make my day. All right, have a good one, guys.